25 hours, that was like 6 minutes.
Everyone, meet Mittens. Say hi, Mittens.
Hi, Mittens.
Ha! Oh, Mittens, you always have the best joke of the episode. Some people complained that the last episode was a little slow. We didn't really get much accomplished, so I've taken that valuable feedback and I've absolutely not applied it to this video in any way. This week, I spent my time in the most mind-numbingly stupid way that I alone cannot suffer enough for it. My adventure this week was so embarrassing to all of humankind that you now also have to sit through it. This week I discovered that the starting zone in Path of Exile, Twilight Strand, is unique because it's the only zone that once you leave, you can't ever access again. Now that makes getting the achievement Beginner's Luck, which is have a unique item drop in the Twilight Strand, sort of like being born with a handlebar mustache. Thankfully, we absolutely crushed it. We dropped an item called Tabula Rasa, which has 6 linked white sockets and is by far the strongest piece of leveling equipment in the game. It's insanely lucky that we got this drop for this achievement. We definitely don't need any more items. This is really going to make our leveling experience a breeze. So we should really continue on with the story. But there is one other very unique thing about Twilight Strand. Meet Oni-Goroshi, a 6-linked, one-handed sword that uses 2 hands.
So, a two-handed sword?
No, it's a one-handed sword that you use with 2 hands. Now, I've been doing a little research while I've been grinding for this thing. And it turns out there's actually quite a lot of story behind this bad boy. Turns out this bad boy can fit so much story in it. Now, the way this item has been designed is absolutely fantastic. And the method to getting the sword to drop is genuinely fascinating. First, we need to get to level 7 or higher before we can even have a chance of the sword dropping. Usually that's pretty simple, but since the only location you can find Oni-Goroshi is the Twilight Strand, and earlier we talked about there being no way to re-enter the Twilight Strand after you've left, that means we have to grind our character all the way to level 7 in the starter zone of Path of Exile. Now, since there's a limited number of enemies in Twilight Strand, after every full clear we have to log out and wait for 1 minute and 30 seconds for the instance to reset. After level 7, we need to kill Hillik over and over again, until we get an encounter where Hillik is stronger, and he has Oni-Goroshi sticking out of his chest. Now, each Hillik kill after level 7 takes about 30 to 40 seconds, so if you make 4 level 7 characters, and kill Hillik over and over, you can farm the encounter with 0 downtime. Getting to level 7 takes a couple of hours on each of your 4 characters, and with each kill taking about 35 seconds, the time adds up pretty quickly. I want you to take a guess at how many Hillik kills you think it took me until I either dropped Oni-Goroshi or just gave up. And I'll tell you exactly how many kills it was at the end. Something else you really need to know about Oni-Goroshi is that it's what's called a supporter unique. And what that means is, Grinding Gear Games, the company that developed Path of Exile, have this kind of indie system in place where you can send them a bunch of money and they will work with you to design a unique item and put it in the game. Oni-Goroshi is Japanese for Demon Slayer, making it one of about 2 pieces of Japanese culture in all of Path of Exile, which in itself would be jarring enough, but it turns out it's also unintentionally, but knowingly, named after a $24 supermarket sake. And it's commonly used in Japan as a phrase to describe terrible alcohol. Now, if someone wants to give me $2,500, I have a great idea for a ring that turns all the NPCs into gorgeous women, increases strength, lowers accuracy, and if you're caught using a waypoint, you will probably have your license suspended. But that's just the name. In the Reddit thread where CharanJademyr announced Oni-Goroshi entering the game, of the 833 comments on the thread, about 825 of them were overwhelmingly negative. People are just constantly firing shots at the flavor text at the bottom of the item. Your name is Demon Slayer. Good name for rock, got that.
I prefer the Goddess of Swords. Much more dignified and accurate.
Demon Slayer, the cheap and nasty it is then. Burns going down, burns coming up.
Every single time, Charan. And still, you'll bathe me, and you'll drink my love. Until you can't.
Now, if you think that's bad, you're going to hate what I found next. CharanJademyr has written and self-published a novel about this sword. Now, the novel has a very interesting and unique concept, and the story is actually quite gripping. If you can get past the fact that Charan has taken about a third of the lines and just used a thesaurus to beat every single sentence into submission. Here's one of my favorites. Contemplation gives way to a half-word from her mutinous lips. Some inarticulate seed of concession. The sound evokes a cant of her counterpart's cowl. What? Here's some more. This is the first paragraph. This is how I begin his song. There is blood on a leaf. The leaf has edges that curl like a tongue, seeking moisture from above. It has lips over which the blood cannot spill. The leaf might lick the rain, but for it is blood that has pooled in the lush chalice. As small as it might be, this deposit of light is great enough to milk the moon and to hold its light within a shiny bubble. This is mysticism immunite. What even is that word? I'll Google that, I know. Minutiae? Holy shit. Okay, wait, wait. This is mysticism in minutiae. A miracle of the basest order. It eludes artists and their entangled oils. Poets and their unreasonable rhyme fail to capture this infinite, infinitesimal truth. There is blood on a leaf. I love it. Actually thinking about applying it to my videos. The mortal strode forth, glaring the long-deceased monstrosity in its frigid, lifeless eyes. The barbarian's spiritless stare would have pierced any natural man's constitution. Gambit was no natural man. Gambit's glee encompassed the dreary oceanfront. He could scarcely subsume his hysteria. The hunt was over. Instantly, Gambit's focus hardened. The grasp on his impressive driftwood scepters tightened, hand-picked from the corpses of countless other pursuits. Rushing the perished automaton, his training took over. He traded blow after blow with the putrid giant. The Colossus traded back. Downed in panic, our hero grasped at fragments of composure. A new plan formed in the tactical encyclopedia that was his well-trained mind. I'll hit him, and then run away. Would have been a success story for the ages. The bards would have sung praises in taverns across Rayclast and beyond. If only for one minutiae detail. Hillock had one last trick up his sleeve. Gambit's eyes widened in horror as the brute tugged the exquisite waifu sword from his mangled torso. The beast's whole body coiled, energy storing in every cell of its massive frame. And like a cannon, he fired, leaping impossibly high. For a moment it could be described as graceful. Time seemed to stand still as the living machine reached the apex of his lurch. There was nothing graceful about the way he hit the hard sand of the Twilight Strand. A shattering roar filled Gambit's ears as he watched in horror, while 10 fearsome walkers dug themselves out of some ghastly unnatural hell. Shit! Shit. Are you kidding me? Where was my warning? Oni-Goroshi is guaranteed to drop in a modified encounter with Hillock, where Hillock is stronger, and the sword sticking in him is visually changed. Where Hillock is... I thought we were going to go from 3 hitting Hillock to like 4 hitting Hillock. That's all I get. Hillock is stronger. Great. Anyway, by this point, I'm pretty boned. This is by far the weakest of my 4 characters, and I have absolutely no way of dealing with this as a zombie horde. I'm panicking, but I'm sticking to my only strategy. Hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. I've hit him about 4 times in 5 minutes, and realized the only way I'm going to kill this guy is to get rid of some of these zombies. This is it. This is the exact second my life flashed before my eyes. 25 hours of grinding Twilight Strand, and this is the precise frame when I realized that I was an absolute moron. Well, that went pretty well. I think I pretty much played that to perfection.
Are you crying? I haven't seen you in a few days. Are those bottles full of pee?
Relax. Only this half is pee. This half is my homemade energy drink. Mostly turpentine and black zinc.
Do you know if you drink that, you're gonna die, right?
What? It's harmless. I've been drinking it all week. Oh. Jesus. Tastes like ants bathwater. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure this half is the energy drink. And here it is. After 1,416 Hillock kills, and just over 35 hours of pure Twilight Strand gameplay, my new favourite item in Path of Exile, Oni-Goroshi.
What? I'm free. You did this. Well, anything is better than being stuck in that. His mindless thirst fell far short of my desires, simple though they are. But now there's you. So vital. So defiant. So take me. This dying world is but kindling, yet its unquickened blood may boil once again. And I've waited so long for a real bath.
Episode 2. How was it? Leave me some feedback. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do me a massive... Please do me a massive favour and subscribe to the channel. We are at 118 subs at the moment, and we need 382 more until we can get a custom YouTube URL. Hopefully we can hit that sometime soon. That'd be really cool. Thanks so much for watching. Big shout out to everybody who subbed already, liked the last video, left me a comment, left me some feedback. Much appreciated. Also, upvotes on Reddit. That was dope too. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you again next week.